This is Van Electric Ghost. This is episode 130. It's 2019, and we're talking up the third Van Electric Ghost Dark Ghost album called The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, or TFBAMITT as an acronym. This is an album that we exclusively are using as the primary instrument, the Teenage Engineering OPZ or OPZ, which is a little mini workstation the size of a TV remote. We've been very impressed with the initial build on this thing. It's a high quality instrument, though it's a little sharp on the edges. I've actually nicked my fingers a little bit, getting calluses from using it. I haven't experimented with actually controlling it with another device. I'm thinking of getting an Arteria key step, a little mini key step to run it. And I'm also thinking of using my BeatStep Pro, but I haven't gotten the wire. It would be cool if a Teenage Engineer would sell the wires on their site, but they haven't done that. I have heard that there's going to be a sampling module, and I have actually seen the CV module, which looks very interesting, which would be cool to see if I could use this to control my Mother 32 or my DFAM. It would be awesome to see how I could actually sequence DFAM drum beats or Moog Mother 32 sequences, or even my Arteria Mini Brew 2S and my System 1M, which actually has CV from Roland. So it's a very interesting machine. I am thinking it's going to be the centerpiece of my live act, along with probably a Roland Axe Edge, which the idea would be that you could actually record a track on the OPZ, load it up to a USB stick, put it onto a Roland Axe Edge, use the OPZ tracks as backing tracks, and then play lead over it with the Axe Edge. And then when you need to play piano, instead of looking like a T-Rex, you take a stand and you put the actual Roland Axe Edge on a stand. And when you got to play two hands, you do that. When you're just playing leads, you pick it up off the stand. So it kind of solves the problem that Anderton was making a lot of fun to that extent. But, you know, as synth players, we want to have a presentation. And so I think using something like the Axe Edge is not a bad idea for stagecraft and connecting to the audience. And you just got to know what tool to use and what looks good and what doesn't. But getting back to the third Dark Ghost album, The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in a Tomb, is dealing with a lot of social dissonance. We've taken a lot of poetry from our collection of poetry from 1995 called Cancer. We've used a lot of those poems as inspiration for this album, as well as poems from an unreleased poem project called Synesthesia. And we had another one called Dancing and Drowning in the Shallow Waters, which anybody who listens to our SoundCloud, you've seen tracks from that playlist, which is actually a full rock opera. Similar to September, which is out there on Spotify, is our full rock opera, which is available. Now, this album, The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, is going to be on CD through Amazon on-demand CD. We're releasing it through TuneCore. It's going to be available also on all the streaming platforms. So you'll be able to get a physical CD. It'll be a little cheaper than what we're charging on Diggers. For Diggers Volume 1 Dark Ghost, that album is $24 plus shipping and handling, which is $6 or $7. It is a 2 vinyl album, and it's very limited. There's only 197 copies out of 200 available. And, it's our first vinyl release. And so if you guys want to have a physical limited edition copy of the Ghost and you like the Ghost, and we've got over 5,200 fans, so I would hope some of you would check it out. The links are on here. I'll put another link out there. This third album is a little bit different vibe, and it's kind of where our head's at now. So this is our most current material for this album, The Flower Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb. So this is, the latest synth out there. The OPZ is a revelation. It allows you to construct things in a way that I've talked about before, because Expansive Sound Experiments, which is my record label, my indie label, we like to record outside of DAW. And what's cool about the OPZ, it gives you some DAW capabilities in terms of the sequencer and the quantizing allows you to clean up tracks similar to what you do in a DAW or any other system that has a sequencer with, quantizing. But you can kind of dial it in and it's non-destructive and you can change it and you can back it out, which is really cool. And the fact that it's a hardware synth, which I like a lot, that you can just get the inspiration of, step recording, or you can real-time record. So it's really interesting. Like you can step record beats, or you can real-time record melodies and beats. And you can go and create, the bass line, the kick, the snare, the cymbals. And what's interesting is under like each of the drum types, there's like minor drum types within like the cymbal. There's like wood blocks and like vinyl sound crackling as one of the engines for the cymbal. So there's a lot of interesting things going on. And there's there's actually a sampling channel that has a lot of different things. And it looks like in the future, they're going to make it so you can bring in samples. I would love to bring in my Morphogene samples, my Make Noise Morphogene Eurorack module, and be able to take those samples and load them onto the OPZ in some format. So it'd be good if they give the OPZ some of the capability of the OP1. And then when it goes into the OP1, the OP1's been taken out of production for some kind of tweaks. I'm hoping that they actually come up with an OP2. I'd be very interested in that. That might be my dream synth for 2019, if an OP2. But the Soulsby at Megatron synth is also high on the list because it is a very interesting synthesizer, a very customized machine. Very interested in that machine. So we're looking at a bunch of things for 2019. We're looking at the Grandmother. We're looking at the Roland Axe Edge for performance stagecraft. We're looking at whether Vogue's going to put out the Harmonicon or Subharmonicon, which we don't know if they're going to put it out because there's some rumors that it's hard to actually keep that thing in tune. But hopefully Moog will put that machine out. It is a very interesting machine. I know they focused on the Moog 1 and the Grandmother. They gave us a lot of good stuff last year. Moog Fest has been scheduled for 2019. I would love to go there. Moog, if you're listening, if you give the Ghost a ticket, we'd love to hype you up. We use a lot of your products. Our dream machines are the One, a Model D, and a Subharmonicon, as well as somebody gave us a 55 or a 33. But, we use a lot of Moog capabilities, especially the Mother 32 we've been using for like the first 3 years of the Ghost, and the DFAM in the last year we use it significantly. Though this album in these tracks, which I'm going to get into now, are kind of like personal diss tracks for a situation that was in, and I think a lot of people can feel this. You get into a relationship with somebody and there's a lot of resentment when it doesn't work out, and you feel that and you're honest about it and you feel really bad. You feel kind of a lot of, anger. You feel frustrated. You feel resentful. You feel like you were used. So Josephine is kind of channeling this idea that she was baited into this relationship. Person gave her like unsolicited, unwanted praise, which actually is a song we did, which is not out anywhere other than the streaming services. And then you became a slave to this fuck, that you were totally enamored by him, even though they seemed to be kind of flirting with you. And then they kind of backed off when you actually returned their flirtatious behavior. It's always about control and about like misuse of control and psychological manipulation. And then, Josephine's typical response is that she's pretty much a very assertive, vindictive character. Is, the cold steel stiletto embrace, you're going to get axed out with a cold steel stiletto embrace, if you understand that. And, this she had this liaison with the Indigo person, and this indigo person kind of totally abused her, and she felt very used. In the first Dark Ghost album, she refers to being felt like she was being used like a prostitute, used like a whore. And so Josephine's resolve in this is to like make this MF feel a cold steel stiletto embrace, metaphorically or literally. And so it's pretty much like a blues, or country western ethic ethos is like, I'm gonna go and get a gun and gonna end this thing. Or I'm gonna get the knife. I'm gonna do this. It's kind of like, my lover done me wrong. In the blues, it goes back to even like Hey Joe. If you listen to like Neil Young, Hey Joe, like Hendrix's version, and you go back, to everywhere. Everyone knows this is nowhere, and in Neil Young, Down by the River. There's this theme, which probably today is not the best kind of theme with all domestic violence in the world, but there's a theme in blues music and country music and rock music of being resentful toward one's ex-lover, and like Neil Young talking about, down by the river, I shot my baby, or Hendrix going saying, "Hey Joe," he pretty much shot his lover. There's this thing about this violence that shows up, and then people kind of don't know what to do about it. I mean, it's part of the blues, it's part of rock, and maybe there should be a discussion about like, why is this violence always geared toward women? It seems like today's world, it's probably not the best expression with all the minds today that seem to can get warped by all kinds of media. But we were feeling in this way, and there's a tradition in music, so we're not that different than what you've seen with Neil Young or Hendrix in this way. So we're taking that kind of common theme that's in those songs, and we're doing it with these songs. So that's the story behind this music. We are fan supported. We have sponsors. We are working with CIN Pals. We're going to be working on a campaign for them. We're working on working with a lot of other folks that we're working toward getting sponsorships for different clothing lines and things, like we did when we were working with TurnBell.com. You should still check out TurnBell.com. They did a cover for our first collaboration with All Control K. Well, probably won't be any more. But it's still out there on all the streaming services, on Amazon Demand, download. So To Infinitum, Family Electric Ghost, Josephine Electric, and All Control K. You might want to check that out. So again, on Digger's Factory Records, our first vinyl release, a double vinyl, Dark Ghost Volume 1, is available now for pre-order, coming out in April. We are working toward Dark Ghost Volume 3, which we are talking about now. The Flower That Blooms at Midnight in the Tomb, and that will be available on CD for a pretty good, reasonable price and download. Dark Ghost Volume 1 is not available for download as a project. You can listen to it on Digger's Factory site to check it out. And then if you do a pre-order, we are telling people that if you are the first people to pre-order, we will get you some goodies, either a copy of our book Cancer, or some exclusive downloads that we'll send you directly to your email from our partner site, Vanburst. We've got some cool stuff there. We can send you links to some material we have out there. So let's have a good new year, and let's look forward to all the synthesizer technology coming out. We're hoping that Moog and Prophet and Roland impress us. We're really hoping that Roland brings out a 16-voice analog synth. Not sure if they're going to do it. They still have the System 8, which is an 8-voice, and they do have the System 500 analog gear, so that's always a want. So Roland, if you're listening, a System 500 for us will be a great tool, and we're a big proponent of Roland. We have tons of Roland gear. Shameless promo for Roland products, but we're a big fan of Roland, and we'd love to be involved in their 808 day or 901 day, 707 day, anything like that. So we'll talk to you later, and keep on listening to us. We've got some cool guests coming up this month, and we'll talk to you more in the coming days and weeks. This is Van Like the Ghost, and we're pushing our brand new record, Dark Ghost Volume 1, which is going to be on Diggers Factory Records. And so if you go to https://www.diggersfactory.com/vinyl/226598, you can get our brand new album on pre-order. Comes out in April. We have 196 copies out of 200 left. It's $24 plus shipping and handling. It's a 2 vinyl album. It is our statement on electronica, experimental music, and progressive trance.
all day. No way ain't gonna pay. Yeah. You know that love like a favorite place. Fire anything less than hate. We're gonna feel that hate all day. Gonna feel that cold stiletto embrace. It's all about the hate all day. All about the cold stiletto embrace. The indigo's dead all day. Love can't be replaced, but somehow it lands that way. And that's what you feel all day. Feeling the power of that hate. Yeah, gonna feel it all day. And it goes